Hello, scholars. Welcome back to the Greatmen online learning. I hope you all are fit and fine at your home. Today, we will be learning chapter 10, that is our nervous system. In the last chapter, we have learnt about our skeletal system. In this chapter, we are going to learn about nervous system. So, in this chapter, we will learn about the nervous system and its organs. And there are three major organs which forms the nervous system are brain, the spinal cord, and the nerves. And the main function of nervous system is to control all the other systems of our body. So first we will start with the first topic of this chapter, that is the brain and the first organ of nervous system. So what is brain? The brain is the control center of the human body. Okay, it receives information from all the parts through different nerves. And the weight of the human brain is 1.4 kg and it contains millions of tiny cells. And it is protected by a hard bony skull that we have learnt in the last chapter in the skeletal system. What is a skull? Skull is there to protect the delicate brain. And the space that you can see, that is between the brain and the skull, is filled with the clear fluid which serves as a cushion against jerks and injuries. Our brain is made up of three different parts and they have own work to do. Okay, so the three different parts are cerebrum, cerebellum, and medulla. First we will learn about cerebrum. Cerebrum is the largest part of the brain and its dome shaped surface is covered with deep ridges and grooves, as you can see, and it controls the working of our eyes, ears, nose, and tongue. It is the center of intelligence and we can think, learn, remember, and recall because of the cerebrum. Next, we will learn about cerebellum. Below the cerebrum is the cerebellum. Okay, it coordinates the actions of the muscles and make them work together. It helps us to balance our body and keep us in an upright posture. If the cerebellum does not function properly, what will happen? We will not be able to do anything properly. We will not be able to walk properly. Our movements will become jerky. Then now beneath the cerebellum is the bulb-shaped medulla. It connects the brain to the spinal cord and it controls all the involuntary actions. What are involuntary actions? Involuntary actions are the actions which cannot be controlled, like the movements of the lungs, the heart, which is always running inside. We cannot control them, right? So these are the involuntary actions. So the medulla helps in controlling the involuntary actions and the medulla is active even when we sleep. And the brain needs a continuous supply of blood and oxygen. Why? If the brain is not getting the continuous supply of blood and oxygen, what can happen? A person can faint. A person can faint if his heart is not able to send enough blood to his brain. So we must get enough sleep to rest our brain. The next major organ of the nervous system is the spinal cord. We have already learned about spinal cord. The spinal cord extends from the base of the brain to the almost lower end of the backbone. It is enclosed inside a tough, bony but flexible spine that we have learnt. It is covered in 33 small bones and it connects the rest of the body to the brain through the nerves. Now the third major organ of this system is the nerves. What are nerves? Nerves are long thread-like structures that carry messages between the brain and the other parts of the body. Okay, nerves from the region of the head and the neck join the brain directly, and the nerves from other parts of the body join each side of the spinal cord. As you can see, the spinal cord leads to the brain, okay, and the nerves are made up of bundles of fiber. So now we are going to learn about three kinds of nerves. They are sensory, motor and mixed nerves. First is the sensory nerves. Sensory nerves are the nerves which bring messages from the sense organs, as the name suggests, sensory. Sensory means the nerves which brings messages from the sense organs, our five sense organs, to the brain or to the spinal cord. These nerves are called sensory nerves. And what are the motor nerves? The nerves which carry orders from the brain or the spinal cord to the muscles or glands. These are motor nerves. And the third type is the mixed nerves. These nerves which carry messages to the brain as well as bring orders from the brain are called mixed nerves. Now there is a new term called reflex action. So the nervous system controls all the actions of our body, but some of the actions are automatic. Okay, we do not have to think before doing them. So these actions are called reflex actions, and such actions are controlled by the spinal cord, not by the brain. As you can see, an example of this is being given in your book at page number 93, figure 10.3, how messages are sent and received. In that you can see a boy or a girl is trying to touch the hot object. When our finger comes too close to the hot object, what we do? We take the hand back. Why? Because the spinal cord sends order through the motor nerves from the muscle to take the hand back. We pull our hand away from the hot object even before we feel the pain, right? So this is the reflex action that is being controlled by the spinal cord. Here the message is not being sent to the brain, but the spinal cord has reacted to it. And the blinking of eyes, watering of mouth when we see some delicious dishes in front of us. So these are some of the actions which are reflex actions. We do not have to think before doing them. They happen automatically in our body. Next topic is the sense organs. There are 5 sense organs. What are these? Eyes, ears, nose, tongue and skin. And these organs are the organs which connect us to the outside world. Okay. So first we'll start with the eyes. The eyes are our most important sense organ, and each ball is safely set in a deep bony socket and is further protected by the eyelids and eyelashes. These helps to keep the dust and dirt out of the eyes, right? So in the front portion you can see in the structure of the human eye, in the front portion there is a circular transparent area that is called cornea. The colored circle in the eye is the iris. The pupil, which looks like a black spot, can you see, is the opening through which light enters the lens. And the sensory nerve called the optic nerve, it connects the eye to the brain. Okay. So now how we can take care of our eyes? We should follow these rules. We should wash our eyes regularly with clean water. We should not work in dim light or very bright light. This tires the eyes. We should not read in a moving vehicle. This will strain our eyes. We should always sit at least 6 feet away from the TV. And we should not read while lying down. We should sit erect and hold the book about a foot away from our eyes, right? And you should never rub your eyes with a dirty towel or dirty hands. This can cause infection. Okay, and if you're not able to see anything that is written on the blackboard, if there is a problem in seeing that, you should tell this, you should inform this to your teachers or your parents. Next very important sense organ is the ears. Our ears help us to hear sounds. They also enable us to keep our balance. The outer ear help us to receive and direct sound waves to the inner ears. Okay, and to take care of your ears, we should follow these rules. We should never clean our ears with the pointed objects like hairpins or matchsticks. They can injure the eardrum inside. And we should always use a dry towel to clean our ears. We should not let water enter our ears. Okay, and we should go to the doctor if we have an earache. The next sense organ is the nose. We breathe and smell through our nose. The sense of taste and the sense of smell, they are linked together. There are many nerves ending in the upper part of the nose, and these are sensitive to smell. And how can we take care of our nose? We should keep our nostrils clean by blowing our nose gently. The hair inside the nose keep out dust that is present in the air. So always try to breathe through your nose. Do not pick your nose and inhale steam to clear a blocked nose. Next is the tongue. The tongue is the main organ of taste, and it also enables us to speak. The surface of the tongue is covered with tiny bumps. Okay, and inside these bumps are some cells. They are called taste buds. And the nerve endings in the taste buds detect 4 major tastes. What are these 4 major tastes? That is, the food can be sweet, salty, sour, or bitter. Okay, and the food tastes better when we can smell it. But when a cold blocks our nose, the food does not taste so good. And the 5th major sense organ is the skin. The skin forms the outermost covering of our body. It protects all the internal organs. We can feel the sensation of touch, heat, pain, or pressure because of our skin. The pores on the surface of the skin allow some body waste to come out in the form of sweat. And how can you take care of the skin? Soap and water are enough to remove dirt and sweat from the skin. You should dry yourself thoroughly after bathing and wear clean and comfortable clothes. Clothes should be loose enough for the passage of fresh air when the weather is warm. And a scratch or a cut on the skin should be treated with an antiseptic lotion to prevent infection. So let's see what all things we have learned in this chapter. We have learned that the nervous system consists of the brain, the spinal cord, and the nerves. The 3 main parts of the brain are cerebrum, cerebellum, and the medulla. The brain is the control center of the human body, and the spinal cord controls our reflex actions. Reflex actions are automatic actions. Okay, we do not have to think before doing them. The organs which connect us to the outside world are sense organs, and we should take proper care of our sense organs. So this was the chapter. I hope you have understood the chapter. Now the assignment related to the chapter, the question answers and the exercises can be found below in the description box. Till the time, study at home, stay safe, take care of yourself and family. Thank you.